Hey there everybody, this is Shane R. Monroe, and I'm going to give you just a quick video review of the Nyko Boost Pack for the Nintendo Switch. Get these for about 8 to 12 bucks, and I thought you'd be interested in taking a look at this thing, as we're always looking for more power for our Nintendo Switch. So this is my standard Nintendo Switch and the Boost Pack, as you can see. Standard connection here for USB-C. On the side we have a button that shows a power button, as well as it shows an LED readout of how much battery pack power is left. And then you have a little tiny switch here that says either we're connected or we're using USB power. So you have to have sort of two things going on here. One, you have to have it in USB mode, and then you have to tap the button to start powering the switch. And when you're charging it, you'll flip this over, you'll plug it in, and it can charge. It's only 2,500 milliamps, which gives you roughly about 50% more power for your Switch. I would consider this sort of an emergency sort of device. Obviously, if you carried it with you all the time and it was always connected to your Switch, it might be okay. But let's see how this thing works, shall we? So this is pretty simple. It's pretty much just a clip onto the bottom sort of thing, and it takes a moment to kind of line it up. And then it firmly sticks there, and I just put handprints all over it. But as you can see, it just sort of fits on there. It's not going anywhere. It's nice and tight. And from the back, you can see it wedges itself right along this ridge here, so it's perfect. So that's sort of what that ridge maybe was for, other than the fact that maybe it's a speaker, but it does seem to hold on very well. It does cover up the access to the stand, and of course, even if you had the stand out previously, it just pops right off. Even if you had the stand out previously, you'd probably find that the stand doesn't really work anyway. So it does take away your access to the SD card as well, and you probably have problems putting that stand back down. Switch is going nuts here. All right, so let's take this back off. We'll close the switch. Stand, okay. So the reason why I have some peripherals here is to show you that this is pretty much incompatible with everything. So I have a very nice hand grip for my Switch. Of course, once you put this on, this isn't going on, right? So this, you can start to kind of put it on there, but it's not going to make it. It's just no es bueno. However, you may find with some of these cases that it may actually attach. Oops, if I put it on right. You might find that even though it will attach, which it does fit, it won't charge. There's just not a good enough connection. That little space in there is just a bit too long. So you won't get a charge out of it, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, you must be caseless in order to use this charging device. So as you can see here, I move it over to USB, hit the power button, and well, my Switch is fully charged, so you're not going to see much going on. Unfortunately, the battery's already full. But you can get the idea. Oh, there we go. So I had it on the wrong switch. So the battery is to charge the Switch, and then the USB symbol is to actually charge the battery pack. But you can see it works. I mean, it definitely detects and everything. It does the job, and it's like I said, it's sort of an emergency sort of thing here. Now, it does add some weight, of course, to it, but I will admit that the way that the battery hangs, if you normally are playing like this and maybe your fingers are tucked underneath here, the weight isn't bad. I mean, it definitely adds weight, but it adds it in the right spot. It's a little bit heavier, but it's not awkward with that battery, if that makes sense. So that's a big selling point. The other great thing is this is dock compatible. So you can slide this right in. I was going to bring a dock over. You can slide this right in and it will drop right on in, align, and start charging. So that's really cool. So you don't have to take this battery off to slide it on the dock. Unfortunately, if you use any of these sort of devices, including, of course, my favorite magnifier, which I think I've showed off before. This is for us people who have poor close vision, right? Obviously, if you had your special awesome zooming magnifier on here, which by the way is fantastic. Of course, this is obviously not going to be compatible. But I wanted a chance to show off my my zoomer one more time, my magnifier. So there you go. So anyway, again, this is the Nyko boost pack. Look at the back there, boost pack. Like I said, it's anywhere between $8 and $12. You know, it's a nice little accessory. People said they had some problems with it prior to the firmware upgrade. A lot of third-party items were causing problems with the Switch, but that was back in April, and so we haven't seen any new reports of that. People do claim that after a certain period of time, this makes some sort of an annoying clicking noise. We haven't heard that here yet, but it's still pretty new in our household. So I'll definitely double back to the video and let you know if we have any problems with it in the future. And again, this is the Nyko Boost Pack, 2,500 milliamps, available $8 to $12. You can get them on Amazon, or Fred Meyer carries them. There's a whole bunch of places. Walmart was closing these out for $12 or $13, so you might be able to get one of these locally. Hope you enjoyed the video. Of course, hit subscribe and like this video and share it with your friends if you like what I'm doing over here on my channel. Thanks again. This is Shane R. Monroe. We'll see you next time. Take care.